Lisa, should
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So since we have since lockdown has been relaxed and we are now, as serviced accommodation providers, allowed to accept tourist bookings, we have had a real increase in the number of inquiries. So these inquiries are from people that are just Googling, properties in Broadstairs or Ramsgate or St Albans, whatever. So or even Stevenage actually, and they're contacting us and asking, have we got any availability? Obviously at this time, because we weren't allowed to take bookings unless they were tourists, unless they were key workers, to begin with. I think when did it go? I think it was the 4th of July or something like that. We were allowed to accept tourist bookings. It's sort of gone mad. So we're booked out throughout the summer, and which has been really good. And we're responding to all the inquiries. So we're sort of building up sort of relationships with these people, which is really good. So that's always good. So Chris, can you click the next? He's not a very quick assistant.
I can't do better.
Yeah, thank you. So we are having to refuse people that, because we just don't have the availability. But we're getting more inquiries than we've ever had for this time of year. So obviously this is our busiest time. So we have to sort of, make hay while the sun's shining, as it is. But we can only do what we can do with the properties we've got. But we are getting so many more. We're getting loads more inquiries. And even through the online travel agents like booking.com, Home Away, places like that, whereas it's instant book, they're still sending us inquiries saying, is this available? Because I think not everyone believes what they see. So we're still getting, we're getting loads and loads of inquiries. Due to this increased demand and the fact that we use a pricing engine, which Chris has talked about before, where the price changes on a daily basis based on demand in the area, our prices have absolutely gone through the roof. So a 1-bed apartment in Broadstairs, it does sleep 4, but it is a 1-bed apartment. That I had an inquiry for it last week, and I had a little 3-day slot, and that was coming out as £200 a night, whereas last year for the same date range it was £100 a night. So as you can see, because of the demand, the prices are going up. So that's really, really good. Things we've had to put in place. So whilst lockdown was on and we were only taking bookings from key workers that needed to be in the area and could prove, I was quite rigid about it, I have to admit. So they needed to prove that they were key workers and that they needed to be in the area. And during that time we had, we blocked out the property 3 days after and 3 days prior to arrival. So 3 days after departure, 3 days prior to arrival, to air the property, to disinfect it properly. We've now gone down to a 24-hour, so we block out a day in between bookings. So we don't do same day changeovers at the moment. So for a 4-night booking, it's effectively a 6-night booking for us, but that's what we're doing just for the safety of our guests and our cleaning staff. So they have quite a rigid cleaning regime. They go in, open the windows, air the property, come back later, disinfect everything and give it a really good deep clean. So that's costing us more as well. So the nightly increase is sort of helping with that. So we've also put into place a quarantine box. So it's one of those fold up storage boxes with a label in the bottom, and anything that the guests touch, like games or books or CDs, whatever, DVDs, they put in the box. So we've halved everything that's out and we just store that away, sort of quarantine it effectively, and then get a new box out and just swap them over after the guest has left. So it sort of prevents cross-contamination. And we've installed wall-mounted hand sanitizers inside the properties. So they're the things we've obviously, if the guests requests it, then we will put all the cutlery and crockery in the dishwasher when the cleaner's finished, so that everything they have is been sort of cleaned to a very high temperature in the dishwasher. Nobody's actually said they needed that, which is fine. And we've had more interest in our marketing service, so down in Broadstairs and locally. So that's been quite good. You know, it's not something I want to do too much of, and I only want to work with people that understand our setup and how we work. But it's all looking quite positive. So hopefully, because people aren't travelling abroad, and I don't think people will be reluctant to even travel during the winter time as well. So that will be a positive for us as well, hopefully. I think because the schools, although the schools in Kent, which is where we have a lot of properties, they're going back in August, but I think because they're doing a staggered time, there's going to be people travelling a bit more with children out of the normal holiday season, like school holiday seasons. So I'm hoping that we can benefit from that as well. So that's it.
Okay.
Hope that was of interest to everyone.
I'm sure it was, Lisa. So thank you very much. That was really good. Perhaps if there's any questions for Lisa, we'll cover those at the end. So I'd now like to. I think Rob's joined us. Rob, are you with us?
I am. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, good evening,
everyone.
Yeah, good evening. So had a lot of interest in. A lot more interest in tonight's call. So thank you very much, Rob, firstly for taking the time to come and speak to us tonight and offer your brain for whatever questions are going to get thrown at you. And obviously you haven't primed you with any, so they're all going to be nice and fresh for you. So I've got some pre-submitted questions, and we can run through those in a second.